Hi students, next we are going to see about oscillation in LC circuit. LC circuit means inductor and capacitor when they are connected in parallel. We are going to see about how the oscillation is created. And here energy can be stored in both inductors and capacitors. That is both inductor and capacitor are nothing but energy storage device. But in inductor the energy is stored in the form of magnetic field, while in capacitors it is stored as electric field. And here when you see, whenever the energy is given to a circuit containing a pure inductor of inductance L and a capacitor of capacitance C, the energy oscillates back and forth between the magnetic field of the inductor and the electric field of the capacitor. That means when the energy is given, the energy is stored as electric field in capacitor and magnetic field as in inductor. And these two fields they produce the energy which oscillates back and forth. So you are getting the electrical oscillations of definite frequency, and these oscillations are called LC oscillations. Now we are going to see about how the LC oscillations are generated. And here the maximum energy that is stored in the capacitor is given by the formula UE is equal to Qm square by 2C. And here UE is the energy stored as electric field, and Q you know the charge, maximum charge, and C is the capacitance. In such a case, the energy stored in the inductor is 0, so the total energy is fully electrical. Now after this the capacitor begins to discharge through the inductor, and so the current is established in the clockwise direction. Here the magnetic energy UB is equal to Li square by 2, where L is the inductance and I is the current. And so here the capacitor charge will decrease, and so UE is equal to Q square by 2C. And so some part of the energy is electrical and some part is magnetic, and the total energy is the sum of the electrical and magnetic energies. Now when the charges in the capacitor are fully exhausted, that is full charge will go to the inductor, and now UE becomes 0, that is the electric energy will become 0. Now here the magnetic energy is given by the formula Lim square by 2, where Im is the maximum value of the current. Now the total energy is wholly magnetic. This is shown by the figure C. That is when you see this diagram A, now the capacitor is fully charged and the current flows is 0, and the energy is wholly electrical energy. And when you see this diagram, the capacitor will start discharging and the current is flowing through the inductor. So it is partially electrical and partially magnetic. When you see this diagram, here the energy is fully given to the inductor, and so it is wholly magnetic energy. And so here even though the charge in the capacitor is 0, the current will continue to flow in the same direction because the inductor will not allow it to stop immediately. So the current will go until it decreases in magnitude by collapsing the magnetic field in the inductor. So now the capacitor begins to charge in the opposite direction. And so when you see this diagram, D diagram, here the energy is partially electric and partially magnetic because the inductor will send the energy but in the opposite direction. Now the capacitor will be charged but in the opposite direction, plus in the lower part, lower plate, and negative in the upper plate. And here the energy is wholly electrical because the magnetic energy in the inductor is now collapsed. And in this diagram, again the process begins and the current flows now in the anti-clockwise direction. The capacitor is charged but in opposite direction. So again the process continues, and now the magnetic field is, when you see this diagram G and H, the process is again repeated and it restores to the condition, old condition. So the capacitor is charging and discharging, and the electrical energy is converted into magnetic energy. Again the magnetic energy is converted into electrical energy. This process repeated, and because of that the oscillations are set up. And here the circuit goes through these stages and an alternating current flows in the circuit, and this process is repeated again and again, and the electrical oscillations are produced. and these oscillations are known as LC oscillations. And here there is in ideal LC circuit there is no loss of energy, but some definitely there will be some loss of energy in in practice because of Joule heating effect and radiation of electromagnetic waves. Conservation of energy in LC oscillations. Here the energy is conserved, that means one part of energy is converted to another part and there is no creation or destruction in this process. And here the energy system oscillates between the electric field of the capacitor and the magnetic field of the inductor. And so here the law of conservation of energy, in this how we can apply this law in this process. And here the total energy UE is equal to U is equal to UE plus UB, that is electrical energy plus magnetic energy, that is Q square by 2C plus half Li square. This is very important equation because this is the total energy. And now we shall see the three cases. In the first case, the charge in the capacitor Q is equal to Qm and current through the inductor I is equal to 0. In such a case, the total energy is equal to the electric field energy, that is U is equal to Qm square by 2C plus 0, because the second term in this equation, I becomes 0. So I becomes 0. So here the equation now becomes U is equal to Qm square by 2C. The energy is wholly electrical. In the second case, the charge becomes 0 and the current I becomes Im. In such a case, the first term becomes 0 and U is equal to 0 plus half Lim square. So half Lim square. Here the energy is wholly magnetic. And when you see the third case it is partially the charge is Q and current is I. So the total energy will remain U is equal to Q square by 2C plus half Li square. And here when you see Q is equal to Qm cos omega t, because I is equal to I sin omega t. So when you integrate that sin omega t, you will become cos omega t. So Q becomes now Qm cos omega t and I is equal to dq by dt minus dq by dt, which is equal to Qm omega sin omega t. Because when you when you differentiate cos omega t sin omega t, again omega t is differentiated and you will get omega. Here the negative sign indicates that the charge in the capacitor decreases with time. So you have to give negative sign to this. And so what is now total energy? You substitute these values, that is Q and I, in this equation. So you will get Qm square cos square omega t by 2C plus L m omega square Qm square sin square omega t by 2. And here you already know omega square is equal to 1 by LC, and substituting that in the second term you will get this equation, and taking Qm square by 2C outside you will get cos square omega t plus sin square omega t, which is equal to 1. So U is equal to Qm square by 2C. So in all the cases the total energy remains constant, which proves law of conservation of energy. So these are the three cases which shows the law of conservation of energy. Next we are going to see about analogies between LC oscillations and simple harmonic oscillations. And now already we have seen about LC oscillations, and simple harmonic oscillations you have studied that in your 11th standard. And in LC oscillations there are two forms of energy. One is electrical energy of the charged capacitor and the other is magnetic energy of the inductor carrying current. So now you take the element capacitor inductor. Here the element is spring and mass. Here this is LC oscillator and this is spring mass system. Spring mass system means you imagine a spring connected with a mass, and when the mass is oscillated it will move up and down, and so there will be potential energy and kinetic energy. Here electrical energy and magnetic energy, and here the potential energy of the compressed or extended spring and the kinetic energy of the mass. Here the spring is associated with potential energy, and mass that is connected with the spring is associated with kinetic energy. And here next we are going to see about the analogies between the various quantities. And here omega is equal to square root of k by m, This you have learned in the 11th standard, where K is now replaced by 1 by C and mass is replaced by L. So the equation becomes omega is equal to 1 by square root of LC. And here you are having a tabular column to compare this. This is electrical system and mechanical system. Charge Q, displacement X, then I is equal to dq by dt, V is equal to dx by dt. Here inductance L and mass M. Here reciprocal of capacitance 1 by C, force constant K, and here the electrical energy is half 1 by C Q square. Here the potential energy half K square. Here magnetic energy half Li square and kinetic energy half Mv square. Here electromagnetic energy is given by half 1 by C Q square plus half Li square, and mechanical energy E is equal to half K square plus half Mv square. So in both the cases, the total energy remains constant, that is electromagnetic energy and mechanical energy. The total energy is always constant, which is a proof for law of conservation of energy. And whether you are having an LC oscillator or a spring mass system, the law of conservation of energy, it acts according to the law of conservation of energy. That's all. Hope you understand, girls.